Today we're going to be discussing what a PT/INR test is. My name is Barry Doyle. I'm a lawyer in Skokie practicing nursing home abuse and neglect work throughout the state of Illinois. I'm also the author of Built to Fail, a free report available for download from my website, which spells out how the nursing home business model inevitably produces unnecessary injuries and deaths for nursing home residents. A large number of nursing home residents are on anticoagulant or blood thinner medication. This is commonly ordered due to cardiac or circulatory disorders. Some of the more common types of medical conditions or medical histories that result in residents being put on anticoagulants it would include deep vein thrombosis, which is clotting in the blood vessels in the extremities. Pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot in the heart and lungs, or atrial fibrillation, which is a irregular heartbeat, which places residents at risk for suffering strokes. To alleviate the risks that are associated with blood clots, many residents are put on blood thinners or anticoagulant medications. Now, for that type of therapy to be effective, the right dose has to be provided to the resident so that the resident's blood is neither too thin or too thick. And the PT/INR test is the test that is used to determine whether or not the proper amount of blood thinner or anticoagulant is being given to the resident. If the blood is too thick, that means that the PT/INR score is too low, in which case the resident is at increased risk of developing clots. On the flip side, when the blood is too thin, the PT/INR score is too high, and the resident is at risk of having internal bleeding. So the recommended range is what's called the therapeutic range. When the PT/INR level is below that therapeutic range, that's called subtherapeutic, and that places residents at risk for developing blood clots. When the blood is too thin, the score is too high, that's called supratherapeutic, and that places residents at risk for internal bleeding. The PT/INR scores are taken regularly to make sure that residents remain in that therapeutic range. Nursing homes are responsible for making sure that those labs are taken as ordered. And if there's an abnormal score, in other words, a score that is too high or too low, that's something that the nurses are required to notify the doctor about so the doctor can make modifications to the resident's medication regimen so that the resident gets back into that therapeutic range. Because if the resident is too high or too low, this places the resident at risk for suffering really severe complications, which can lead to hospitalization or death. So those are the responsibilities that the nursing home has with regard to the PT/INR test. I hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions regarding this or any other nursing home abuse and neglect issue, please feel free to reach out to us. Our number is 312-263-1080, or we can be reached on the internet at www.accidentlawillinois.com. Thanks for watching.